Good evening, Dipankar. Good evening, Shweta.
Good evening, sir.
I think I posted the link late today. I hope all of you know it is the same link that we are using every day.
Every day, same link, yes.
Yeah, it is the same link. I just posted so that you get a reminder that we have session. So, Mrs. Kalia is not there. And Sapna is missing. Sangeeta ji, is Mrs. Kalia joining today? Aditi has come. Good evening, Aditi.
Good evening, Vikas.
How have you been? Did you do meditation, morning meditation today?
Yes, I did.
And Dipankar, did you?
Yeah,
And Shweta?
yes, yes.
Okay, we'll just wait for one more minute. Or maybe you can start recording, Mayank, and you just play the clip. Mayank, you just play the slide.
Okay.
So Dipankar and all, what we have got here is, before we move on to further sessions, I'd like to share what we are going to learn in the forthcoming sessions next week and the week further. So as you can see in this picture, this is our subtle system. And can you point to number 7, Mayank? So when we are in our mother's womb, our brain is prism shaped. So when we are 2.5 months old, a ray of light falls on top of the vertex of the prism. The one which falls on the vertex, it goes straight down. This forms our Madhyanadi, Sushmana. The one which falls on the left, it refracts and goes to the right side. The one which falls on the right, it refracts and goes to the left side. And this subtle system is formed. There are 7 chakras: Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Nabhi, Hridaya, Vishuddhi, Aganya, Sahasrara. And these 3 nadis, Ida, Pingala, Sushmana, are formed, and the residual energy, it resides in this triangular bone. So as it is coiled, so coil ko we call it in Sanskrit as Kundal. So this energy is called Kundalini. And after we are born, the connection from our Nadu is broken, and there is this gap in the Sushmana Nadu. So the first day when we started Sahaj Yoga, we got our self-realization. Some strands of the Kundalini, they rose, they went through this Bhavsagar, they constructed this Sushmana again, and they came out of our Sahasrara. So what the all-pervading power, which is all around us, it is called Adi Shakti. Adi means primordial or primordial energy. So the reflection of that primordial energy is this Kundalini within us. And the reflection of Sadashiva is this Atma, which is shown at point number 4. It is there. So this energy, it forms these 7 chakras. So the first root chakra is Muladhara. So these chakras are a reflection of a deity's qualities. So this Muladhara chakra is of Sri Ganesh, and the power here is Gauri. So this is the chakra of Gauri Ganesh. This Kundalini, it is the reflection of Adi Kundalini here. Now this Swadhisthana, this chakra, the deity is Brahma Deva and the power is Sri Saraswati. This Nabhi chakra, the deity is Sri Vishnu and the power is Lakshmi. This Hriday chakra, the center one, the deity is Jagadamba. The left one where the Atma you can see, here the deity is Shiva and the Shakti here is Parvati. On the right side, on the Pingala Nadi, it is Sri Ram and the power here is Sri Sita. Number 5, the Vishuddhi Chakra. The deity here is Krishna and the power is Sri Radha. This Aganya Chakra, here it is Mahavishnu, and this Sahasrara Chakra, it is Sadashiv and the Adi Shakti. This left Nadi, the blue one on the left side, which is starting from the Muladhara. So this is the Nadi of Mahakali. And the one protecting this Nadi is Sri Bhairavnath. So this Nadi is of Mahakali and Bhairav. The right side, which is starting from the Swadhisthana. So the power here is Mahasaraswati, and the deity which goes up and down is Sri Hanuman. The Madhya Nadi, this Nadi is of Mahalakshmi, and the deity which goes up and down is Sri Ganesha. So I'll repeat, the left side is Mahakali and Bhairavnath. The right side is Mahasaraswati and Sri Hanuman. And the Madhya Nadi is Mahalakshmi and Sri Ganesh. So what we saw in yesterday's video is Shrimataji was telling that to master the left side, we have to be innocent. Sri Ganesha has to be awakened within us because the left nadi starts from the chakra of Sri Ganesha. So today, as it is a very tough time in the world, and we taught you candle treatment. So today we are going to discuss a very important treatment. At the end of this session, this can you see the chakra number 6? So where these 3 nadis intersect, this is the Vrikuti. So this chakra, there is Hansa chakra. So if this chakra is blocked or there is some attack of any virus through the nose, it crosses through this chakra. So Srimataji has told us how to keep this chakra clean. So we'll at the end of today's session, we'll show you how to clean this chakra. So today we are going to start our meditation with the lecture on this chakra, Hansa chakra. Oh, I think there's no need to zoom the screen, Nitu.
Yeah,
So-
I was telling the seekers actually, if they want, they can zoom the screens. so
Okay,
that they
okay.
can see. Yeah.
Okay. So we are going to talk about each chakra in detail. I just wanted to give you a reference point so that you can understand what is going on. Like for example, this chakra of heart chakra, number 4. So this chakra is for Sri Jagadamba. So what is her quality? That she is fearless. She's not afraid of anyone and she's full of love. So antibodies are formed from this chakra. So whenever you have fear inside you, this chakra blocks. So as you are fighting a disease or something, so we have to awaken this chakra. So that's why we keep our hand here and we say, pray to Sri Jagadamba again and again, so that this chakra is awakened. So I'll end this there and I'll hand over to Neetu Didi. You can start today's meditation. If we have any questions, I can take that after the session. Right, Dipankar?
Yes, sir.
Dipankar, Shweta, Aditi, you want to ask something quickly? Or shall we start?
Can you
No,
start?
we can
Start,
start.
sir. We can start,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
Okay, once again, a very blissful evening to all of you, friends. So let us start today by taking the bandhan. We will be playing a video of the bandhan and you all must be knowing. So let's start taking the bandhan.
Into bandhan after raising our kundalini. Raise. Attention on your sahasrara. Don't close your eyes. Push back your head. 1. Again. Sit straight. Take it up on your head. 2. Three. Now a bandhan. 1, 2. Do it properly, systematically. 3. All of us should do properly. 3. 4. 5. Try to wait as I'm doing. 6. 7. Still not, we have not done it properly. We all should do in one rhythm. Let's do it again. 1. Slowly. 2. With attention on the sahasrara. 3. How do I do it? 4. 5. Good. 6. Attention on sahasrara. 7.
We will now balance our subtle body and thereby our gross body as well. So today what we will do is we will place our feet into the footstool water.
Not
You all
able to
must be
hear
ready.
you, Neetu.
Huh?
Not able to hear
Okay.
you properly.
Okay. So today we will start the meditation by balancing our subtle body. Am I audible, Vikas Bhaiya? Hello?
Yes, yes, Neetu, you're audible.
Yes, yes. You're
Yes.
audible now.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, so now we'll balance our subtle body, I was saying, and thereby we also balance our gross body. We will do the balancing today by sitting in the footstool water that we have prepared for ourselves. So please place both your feet into the water of the footstool. And let us start by folding our hands and offering our pranam to our holy Kundalini Mother, asking for her blessings to cleanse our subtle system, our nadis, and our chakras. So first of all, we will balance our left side, our Ira Nadi. Our left hand is placed on a lap, and our right hand, we will put it on the Mother Earth if we are sitting on the ground. Sorry, we are not sitting in the ground since we are in the footstool water. So we will place our hand towards the Mother Earth, the right hand, the left hand will be opened on your lap. And here we will pray, Holy Mother, please remove all obstructions, all negativities, all badhas of my left side, the Ira Nari, towards the Mother Earth. Holy Mother, please remove all badhas of my left side completely towards the Mother Earth. Holy Mother, please purify and cleanse our Ira Nari. We can put our attention on the tip of our head, on the Sahasrara, so that we remain connected as we balance ourselves. Now let us bring back our right hand back to our lap, and we fold our left hand towards the sky, as you can see in the screen. Here we will pray, Holy Mother, please remove all the excess heat, the obstructions, the badhas of my right side, the Pingla Nari, towards the sky. Holy Mother, please remove all excess heat, all badhas of my right side completely towards the sky. Holy Mother, please purify and cleanse my Pingla Nari by your divine vibrations. We will now place our left hand back on the lap. Let us put both our hands towards the Mother Earth. And here we will pray, Holy Mother, please remove all badhas of my left and my right completely towards the Mother Earth. And please let me feel the balance in my central channel, the Sushumna Nari. Holy Mother, please remove all impurities of my Sushumna Nari towards the ether element. Mother, please purify my Sushumna Nari with your divine vibrations. Let us now bring both our hands back to our lap. Let us now try the exercise for the heart. We will put our right hand on our heart. We will take in a deep breath and we will, in our minds, utter Jagadamba 4 times. I will utter it for you, but you need to utter it in your minds. Please put your right hand on your heart. Take a deep breath in. Jagadamba, 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 Jagadamba. Breathe out. Again, breathe in. Utter in your minds. Jagadamba, 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 Jagadamba. Hold it. Now breathe out. One more time. Breathe in your minds. Jagadamba, 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 Jagadamba. Hold it. Breathe out. Put your hand back on your lap. Try and feel the relax on your hearts. If we could still be feeling some distractions, some thoughts disturbing us, then let us place our right hand on our foreheads, press it a little bit, and here we will pray, Holy Mother, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. Please do not feel guilty when you are saying this. Do not think of anyone in particular that you would be forgiving, but this is just an affirmation to relax your thoughts, to go to the state of Nirvicharita. Let us once again say, Holy Mother, I forgive everyone. I forgive myself. I forgive, I forgive, I forgive. Now place your hand on the back of your heads. Put your head, bend your head a little backwards. And here we will pray, Holy Mother, knowingly or unknowingly, if I have committed any mistakes against my spirit, please forgive me. Again, do not feel guilty. This is an affirmation for Nirvicharita. We will pray to our mother, please forgive me, please forgive me, please forgive me. Now we bring back both our hands to our lap. Sit for a while and try and feel the relax in our minds, in our heart for some time. Now please put your right hand above your head, bend your head a little bit on the front, put it a few inches above the talu, the sahasrara, the tip of the head, and move your hand a little upwards and downwards. Try and feel the vibrations coming out of the talu, flowing out of your hands. even if you are unable to feel anything. We'll be doing this exercise to enhance the vibrations in our chakras. Put your right hand back on your lap. Please check the tip of your head with your left hand now. Put your left hand upwards and downwards, a little above the Sahasrara, the tip of your head. Try and see the vibrations. Let us now place both our hands towards the sky. We put both our hands upwards towards the sky. And in our minds, we can ask a question. Holy Mother, is this the love of the divine? Holy Mother, is this the vibrations of the Param Chaitanya? Is this the love of the Paramatma? Try and feel the vibrations. Now please bring back both your hands to your lap and let us sit in meditation for some time. And as we are in this state of meditation, we can also listen to a mother's speech. Friends, you may now take off your feet, you may wash your feet one by one from your foot soak with the extra water and flush away the water. We will give you a few minutes for that before we start our speech for today. We will wind up our foot soak. Let us now, in a state of meditative mood, listen to Mother.
Today we are going to know about the Hamsa Chakra. That is the area of between the two eyebrows, brukutis, they are called. This one is placed at the base of the brain. Which is called as Murdha. And this part is the complete controller of the whole of the base of the brain. Again I say base of the brain. And that is a part of the Vishuddhi still. Which is an extremely important center as far as the human awareness is concerned. Because these two nadis, Ida and Pingala, before entering into Agya and crossing each other, part of them crosses over this chakra of Hamsa. So when the ego and superego develop in our brain and cover our limbic area, from both the sides the strands which are coming out of the Vishuddhi sit on them. So they also control these two institutions from outside. For example, it crosses like this, goes up like that from Hamsa, and then some strands. Then the others go up again and cross like this and form ego and superego. So from the back side, on top of them, these two strands go and sit. You all know that Hamsa chakra gives you discretion. But still we do not understand what do we mean by discretion. The first and the foremost important center within us is the Muladhara chakra. If we do not have the proper discretion about Muladhara chakra, we get into wilderness, I should say, or we open the doors of hell for ourselves. As you know that only the Ida Nadi starts from the Muladhara. That means is the desire, power of desire within us starts from Muladhara. But it's not the mental, which is the Pingala Nadi, which starts from Muladhara, it starts higher. So to have a complete understanding about a child is crying, please take away the child. Yesterday again same thing happened. This is indiscreet. Continuing with the child all the time. Yesterday was the same thing. Immediately you should take out the child. In the meeting any child is crying, immediately take out the child. There's something wrong with the child. Immediately take out the child. Again it is discretion. So one thing one has to know that Muladhara chakra cannot be controlled by our mental activity. But if you shift it to the mental activity, then the control over Muladhara is completely lost. Apart from whatever has happened in the West, Muladhara Chakra is all gone into the mental activity of human beings. It is so much discussed, talked, it is so much described, written down, so much read, so much put into our heads that it has become a mental activity. So Muladhara doesn't act spontaneously as it has to act. That's why there are problems that people cannot produce children. So many become impotent very early because it is used not by the power of desire but by mental activity. Shift. Now you see the light here. It's burning there because there is oil and there is a wick. It is burning. But instead of this oil, you put just water. Will it burn? It won't. Because water is not going to nourish this light. So the more mental activity you have, your Muladhara gets spoiled and it becomes uncontrollable. But if it is left to your desire, so it becomes spontaneous. This is a fundamental principle that is missing in the Western thinking, I think. That whatever is spontaneous, they leave it to the mental activity. Wherever the mental activity is to be used, you should use mental activity, and wherever your desire and emotions are to be used, you must use your desire power. Also, it is spontaneous, though it should not be an obsession. Any obsession cannot be spontaneous. It just at a moment you have the desire. That's all. But all the time if this it's in your mind, that means you are using water to have the fire. Same about the Swadhisthana chakra. Swadhisthana is for creativity. Anything you can create. You can create a sari, you can create a beautiful design, pattern, you can create a beautiful art or anything. But as soon as you put it on a mental level, it's finished. Also in the West, too much discussion is about the art. This is not art, that is not art, this should have been like this, that should have been like this. I mean, its creativity is spontaneous. Whatever the artist wants to produce, let him produce. Who are you to judge and criticize? You cannot appreciate anything unless it is brought to the mental level. So now, we have critics. And the artists are not spontaneous. They're afraid. They only think, what will the critic say? Even when I'm writing the book, when I give it to some Sahajogis to read, they say, Mother, if you write like this, then they'll say like this. I said, let them say, who cares? So then, a critic should criticize and say, this is not all right, this is not an art because this is such, this is such. So the artists are finishing, art is finishing. Now what is left are critics. So now they don't know what to do with their profession, so they are criticizing each other. So we have only critics criticizing each other. But there's no art now. What to criticize? And art has to be now made into money. So the critics must certify. It's so man-oriented, the whole programming of these critics is, that it is never an art. They draw one line and say, now this is art, all right. If the critic says it's art, you have better accept it is an art. What is so artistic about a life? Then again mental, it's a lonely person standing there, this, that. It should be spontaneous. Why to describe an art? So the mental level is so alert and is all the time trying to see things according to certain norms. All these norms are created about something so spontaneous like sex, like art. All bathroom culture is decided by the brain. Nothing is spontaneous. It's such a joke, I tell you. So people become artificial. Art becomes artificial. Your Muladhara becomes artificial. Because it's all now man-made. All the spontaneity is lost. If you see any art from any country, just watch. Why must you react to it? Just watch. As Sahajogis, you should just watch. And the whole thing will start flowing through.
Meditate for a while. Take a bandha.
After the bandhan, we will thank our Mother Kundalini for giving us the balance and her blessings and her vibrations. And we will now proceed with the rest of the sessions and the technique.
Man, can you show that small video?
You must put some heated butter in the nose, all of them.
Inside?
Inside. With a drop, right? Heat butter and sieve it up. And then when it is slightly warm, not very warm, absolutely slightly warm, then put it in your nose. Very important, because I don't know, in this country people, it's a very simple thing to be done. Once in a while, about say 2-3 days later, or even every day you do, doesn't matter.